My name's David Cook. Everybody calls me Cookie. That's kind of like my identity name, if you will, in Second Mile Adventures. I'm a 7th grade language arts teacher, English language arts teacher at Edgewood Middle School in Warsaw, Indiana. I got started in Second Mile, and I just texted this person tonight. I was like, hey, Tim, when did you get married? Because when Tim Devlin got married, that was the first time I got invited to a Second Mile Adventures spring ride in Kentucky through Tim Devlin. Tim and David was the director at the time, and Tim was down there, and it was the worst experience of my life. I'd never been mountain biking before. I thought I had been, but I had never been mountain biking. I enjoyed it, and I had a companion in my suffering. The first day, Brent Wildman came alongside me for my first trip, and I know Brent was definitely not as injured as he said he was. He's like, oh, my knee kind of hurts, which is, I don't think was true. But he took his time, and he really just, anything he could do to keep my mind off the pain, he talked to me about it. And then through talking with him, he kept my mind off it. And I realized I was having fun on the downhills, but those uphills are the worst. But him coming alongside me that day in Kentucky, now thinking about it, is a lot like a model of what we're able to do through Chainbreakers and Second Mile. We're able to come alongside those kids. And trust me, there are kids who are in far worse shape than I was when I first went on that ride. And now we're walking with them. Just like Second Mile has always been there. All the guys in Second Mile, always, hey, Cookie, what's up? Always on trips, hey, what's up? I mean, even if they're blasting by me, Mason's flying by me. At the end of a ride coming back in Tennessee, we rode together up a big climb just talking. So, I mean, even though all this, we've been included, and then that camaraderie that goes along with Second Mile is what we're trying to instill in these kids that don't have anything. And so Second Mile has allowed me, and I hesitate using me to talk about me because I don't like talking about me, but has allowed me to reach kids, to bring them in, and to walk alongside them like Brent did with me. God has taught me humility. I thought I knew. I thought I understood how things worked. I didn't. I thought I had a good grip on the underbelly and what poverty looked like in Warsaw. I didn't. I thought I knew what the face of crime and violence looked like. I didn't realize that it could be on the face of some of the students and the kids I work with. Crime and violence does not define who these kids are. They're choices they made. Dumb choices, and trust me, in the position I'm in, I tell them that was a dumb choice. But I also tell them it does not define who you are. It doesn't change that I love you. Still waiting for our first baptism. Still waiting. Trying to get there, Still waiting for it. But what a celebration it will be. And it's hard because, we in Second Mile talk about Jesus like it's no big deal. We're like, hey, faith this, faith that. We talk about Jesus. Jesus is cool. We know he's cool. God's cool. Still waiting on that first baptism. Still waiting on that first person to say, Jesus is my homeboy. Come on inside. I'm still waiting for that, but it's going to happen. The biggest way we can be supported depends on what your level of involvement wants to be. Some people want to be up in front and want to be with the kids. That's cool. If you're able to ride or you want to ride, we'll take riders, we'll take mentors. We'd love to have one per 3 or 4 kids. We'd love to have 25 kids out there. We've got a good core group right now. Chainbreakers, on a weekly basis, we get together all year. We get together all year. Things are a little different in the winter, but like what we typically do is we're in cahoots, if you will, with KCV and Greg Nemopoulos, and we're kind of like Greg's, I'd like to say, like hit squad, if you will. If something needs to be done, let's say somebody can't get out to the trails or mow or weed eat or prune, something that needs to be done on a weekly basis, we'll come out on a Sunday. For the first hour and a half, we'll complete the task that Greg asks us to do. That could be pick up trash along the greenway. It could be pruning. It could be swung a machete with the Metzgers. I mean, we've done a lot in the last summer. So for an hour and a half, we'll do whatever is needed to help maintain the trails. That's one of our commitments, is to be a partner with KCV to help them maintain the trails, because we use them. And as soon as that hour and a half of work is over with, we ride. We'll ride for an hour and a half, and we'll just grind and bust on those trails. So they get it both ways. They get to see what it takes to maintain what they're actually using. So they take ownership of those trails. My God-sized dream for Chain Breakers is it's in all 50 states. And it has to have a couple of key points, by the way. It has to involve mountain biking, of course, but it doesn't have to be the sole focus. And mountain biking is starting to become more popular among kids, especially among kids youth that have issues, because it's a physical workout. It's a mental workout, and it'll discipline you, and discipline is part of our thing, physical discipline. Chain Breakers in all 50 states. That's the God-sized dream, and there's no way that can happen without God.